Are we being duped to thinking that we have an alien invasion when it's actually the New Jerusalem coming down? Hey man, I got a cup just like that.
Really?
Matter of fact, I'm missing a cup just like that.
It ain't this one. Because I got this cup way before I ever met you, and I know exactly where I got it from. I stole this from another friend.
Oh,
So the precedent's there. Joe, I'd
Yeah.
keep one eye open on that one.
There you go.
Dude, you know what you look like?
tell me.
Joe, no, I
Let
need
me
you
do
to
it again.
smile. I need you to smile again.
If you're driving right now, do not wreck your car. Look at it later.
All right. All I can see when you did that, y'all ever watch the show Harry and the Hendersons?
Well, before it was a show, it was a movie.
Was the movie first?
Oh yeah, Jonathan, go ahead and tell me you haven't seen it at all. Just go ahead. Everything we ever bring up, I ain't seen that one.
I know of it. I just never seen it.
You know of it.
I heard
Dude,
about it.
Yeah, no, but before it was a sitcom, it was actually I think it was 1987. Yeah, it came out. It was a long time ago. So I was 16 years old when that movie came out. Yeah.
How do you know that off the top of your head, dude?
Yeah, man. I'm that good. Some of these grays have got a little bit of information left in it. So it's like no, but it was really cool. I loved the movie. Then of course later they turned into a sitcom. But what was interesting was the guy who played the part, excuse me, his name was Kevin Peter Hall. And he was, as I was always curious, like how tall was this guy? And if you now, Kyle, you remember the show then more, you probably more remember the show than you
I
remember the movie at
show.
all?
I remember the movie, but I don't know. I thought the movie was after the show, but I mean just because
Mm-mm.
that's the way things normally are. But
Yeah, no, it was John Lithgow that plays
Mm.
in the movie and as the dad. Now the
yeah,
crazy part is I didn't know this till later was John Lithgow's a tall guy.
he is.
He's actually 6'4".
Yeah,
Mhm.
So if you
Yeah.
remember the guy who plays Harry in the costume,
he was
he's
big.
a pretty big dude. So Mr. Hall's like he's 7'2", but you're like, but he looks so much taller. So I'd researched into it. I was kind of curious. I love all the, especially back then, they made everything. It wasn't CGI.
Right.
So when they made these outfits, it was like it was really cool, all the animatronics and stuff that they would use to move the facial expressions and all that stuff. So the way they designed the suit is it made him over 8 feet tall.
Wow.
Because I remember even as a 16-year-old kid going, "Who in the world is that tall?" You know what I'm saying? Like this is well above 7 foot when you see him next to, someone else in the suit. He's gigantic because even in the show, if you remember, an average door frame's about 6'7", and he
Yeah.
would have to like really lean down to get through a door when he was
So
coming through there.
they have him on stilts or something, I'm guessing?
No, it was the way they built the upper body. So remember how large that head is?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So the way they designed that gave him another, almost a foot. You give him another 8 inches of height. And so,
Okay.
yeah, because I've seen pictures of him next to John Lithgow, and it was like, and he's 6'4", and he makes John Lithgow look small. Like, you look a little small guy next to him.
Yeah.
But the other thing, I was like, okay, so as I was researching about him, the other part I didn't know was this is he also played the original Predator.
Oh wow.
Yeah, with
That
Arnold
the tall dude
Schwarzenegger
did?
and those guys. Yeah, he played the original Predator, yeah, in the movie.
Well, that makes
So
sense.
they had to find someone who, because Arnold's supposedly 6'2". I don't think he's quite that tall. They kind of embellished his height a little bit back in the day. He's probably closer to 6 foot. But still, he was back then, he was very built, very big guy. So they needed someone that could put in this suit that would make Arnold look like a small, which, they did a great job with that. But yeah, so he actually wore this suit for the original Predator as well.
That's crazy. I had a dude that I went to school with that could make that noise that the Predator made.
Oh,
Oh, dude. And everybody tried to make that noise and it come out so horribly wrong every time. Everybody, you know,
Oh yeah.
you know, nobody could ever do it, but this dude, he could nail it. It was crazy.
Well, all I would tell you is that's one of the most memorable parts of that movie is when he pulls that mask off, and then all of a sudden his mouth opens up, and
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, we won't go
The
any further
yuck.
than that because Arnold says something we can't repeat on our show. But yeah, so but you
So,
know,
so you're saying there's a career out there for tall guys that don't play basketball?
That's
that's
right.
correct. Yeah, I mean, look at the guy that played Chewbacca. I think he was probably around like 7'2", somewhere around. He was over 7 foot tall. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it was kind of neat though. So, but even myself, you know, every now and then I'll do that smile like this. I said, "Oh, there's Harry right there."
So you knew before I even said it.
Oh yeah, that's why I did it on purpose. I was like, "Let me see if anybody picks up on this." So
Dude, oh my goodness. It blows me away, your knowledge of just movies and video games. It's unreal.
yeah,
Unreal.
We're
yeah.
all good at something.
I've been around a little bit. What'd you say, Jonathan?
So we're all good at something.
Oh, I'll get something. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna get me into the kingdom or not. Oh, really quick. When was Pac-Man made for Atari? 1981. Woo.
Come on in.
But I did see Superman.
Now check this out. Check this out. Okay. So
Mhm.
speaking of movies and things from the past, right?
Uh-huh.
So if I use the term Schwartz with you,
Mhm.
what do you think of?
Like,
Yeah,
may the
the
Schwartz be with you.
yes. So
Yeah.
The Schwartz is officially awakening right now as we speak. They're coming out with Spaceballs too.
What?
I did hear
Yep.
about that.
Oh.
I
Oh.
really hope it's as funny as the first one. The first one, you had to be if you were a kid, you were not getting the humor at all. But if you were just old enough to get the humor in those movies, it's hilarious.
Well, I've got
But now get this, okay? Here's the working title: Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money. Uh, I don't even know if I can go there or not with that, but I'm just that's all I'm gonna say.
uh,
Because you know, never mind. But anyway,
yeah. Okay, so
it
are
says
they
it
are they
says
are they bringing
yeah,
back any of the old actors that was in it?
yeah. So I'm gonna tell you. So what it says here says they have a callback to the original film's tongue-in-cheek prophecy. It's described as a non-prequel, non-reboot sequel part 2, non-sequel, non-reboot, but with reboot elements. So anyway, yeah, it says that Bill Pullman is returning as the Lone Star. Rick Moranis is coming back as Dark Helmet.
Okay.
And then Mel Brooks, the man himself at 99 years old,
Mm,
reprises his role as Yogurt and
Wow.
is actively involved in punching up the script to make sure it's funny.
there
So
you
if
go.
you know anything about Mel Brooks back in the day,
Dude.
he crossed any boundary, any barrier, any whatever, and absolutely hilarious guy. Daphne Zuniga,
Hmm.
Sure, we'll go with that.
yeah,
Uh,
returns as
uh,
Princess Vespa. Lewis Pullman, Bill's son. So Bill Pullman's son's gonna be in the movie. Plays Starburst, the son of the Lone Star and Vespa, a parody of the passing of the torch trope from The Force Awakens. So they're gonna be putting some more stuff
okay.
in there.
Okay.
Um,
I just want to know
Kent
if they're gonna
Palmer,
comb the desert again, bro.
yeah. So Kent, was it? Yeah, I gotta say this word. Kiki Palmer
Yeah.
stars
Yeah.
as Destiny. Is that right? Kiki
Mhm.
Palmer. Who's Kiki
Mhm.
Palmer?
Famous actress.
Yeah.
Actress. Okay.
Yeah.
Stars as Destiny, a new lead role character. Josh Gad co-writes and stars in an undisclosed role. So it says that the filming already began in Australia this year. It says target release is 2027, aligning with the 40th anniversary of the original film. Produced by Amazon MGM Studios and directed by Josh Greenbaum and all that good stuff in there. But anyway, so it's kind of crazy that it's been 40 years, but yeah,
Dude,
Wow.
I hope
yep,
they
it's
don't
coming
make
back.
it. I hope they don't make it some kind of vulgar thing or you know what I
I
mean? You
you
know
know
how they
what? I don't Mel Gibson was
Mel Gibson?
I
You mean
mean,
Mel Brooks?
no, not Mel Brooks. Yeah, never mind. Mel Gibson's different. You can go vulgar with that one. But anyway, Mel Brooks though, I don't remember. And again, I mean, it's all relative, but I don't think he would let that. I don't be a part of this one. I don't think so. But then again, I could be wrong. You know, he could be wanting to really push it and make it as funny as possible. We'll see. We'll see, how it comes out and what happens with that. But that was a little blast from the past here. So we got
Mm.
Harry and the Hendersons and Spaceballs 2, The Electric Boogaloo coming to a theater near you.
That's what they're calling it. Spaceballs 2, the Electric Boogaloo.
No, that's what I'm calling it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've got two
That was
admissions.
I was gonna say real quick, that was another throwback to the 80s. It was breakdancing 2,
Breaking,
Electric Boogaloo, breaking
breaking too. Yeah, the
2, the
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. Yep.
Yeah, so I
What were
got
you-
two things on that one. One, Schwartz in German means black, so that's really funny because that's the dark side. Two, never seen the movie again.
You've never seen Spaceballs?
Nope.
All right.
I know
Oh,
of it
boy.
again. I know the big helmet and the parody
Oh,
of Star
boy.
Wars.
Jonathan, what are we gonna do with you?
Well, I just want to I'm gonna get lit up in the comment section regardless. So I just figured just bring it all on.
There
I
you
got
go.
this.
At this point, I think you're just pretending. I think you're playing a character right now. Like, there's no way you haven't seen all of these.
No, I seen clips. I seen the desert part with the comb. That was funny. I don't know what the whole.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know why that
Ace
was in
comb.
there, but I did see it. That
We've
30
combed the
second
desert,
clip.
sir. We haven't found anything. Keep looking.
Dude, oh my gosh. Yeah, they definitely push the boundaries on that.
So you're saying I should watch it?
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Absolutely.
put it on the list of 197,000 movies I haven't seen.
I can't remember when I think about older stuff like that. I keep trying to think back. Like it's been so long since I've seen it. Like I don't remember if there was anything that was like inappropriate in there. But
Oh,
you
and
know,
Spaceballs?
yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah.
It is called
yeah,
Spaceballs.
Yeah, I can't say it. I don't know if you want me to say it here, but
no, no.
I can tell you the first one that pops in my mind is when they pull the rings out.
I don't remember that. I don't
The
remember.
rings is what the light beam comes out of.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I do know. Never mind. Never mind. Yep,
Yeah.
I get it.
Having a man moment at the
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
Well, speaking of Star Wars and the
Hey, Joe,
Schwartz,
forever hold your peace.
yeah.
Hey, if you haven't watched the movie, be careful what you say, how you say that.
Oh, that was overly intentional.
Okay. So,
Oh.
there's an idea out there, and I have done zero research on this, so I have no idea. But I've heard it said that the character Yoda in Star Wars is some kind of throwback to some kind of pagan deity of some kind. Some
Mhm.
kind of you know about that?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
actually, when you see the pictures of it, like the old pictures from way back in the day, they pretty much look like Yoda.
Yeah, from the 14th
They
century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we might have to dig
Uh,
into that one day then.
Part of why he talks backwards and stuff, and he
Yep.
was a Djinn or whatever, a demon essentially was the origin
Yeah.
story of Yoda.
Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
some stuff behind that one.
Okay.
I'll pull us
Okay.
up a picture here if you want, man.
I might have seen all the Star Wars movies.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Like even the new ones, because I haven't even seen all the new ones.
Yes, I don't know. I haven't seen the new ones.
When Star Wars fanatics are going, there's no way I'm gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Because they're diehard no matter what. But apparently, since Disney took over, it's just gone to absolute garbage.
Right, and there's Star Wars pros, and there's Star Wars like the guys that are kind of in the middle, and then there's Star Wars Wookiees, and so yeah,
They're not pros; they're Wookiees.
Mhm.
Yeah, nice.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, speaking of deities, boys, today is the day. I
Is it
don't know if you realize this or not, but yeah, September 23rd. Today is the day. Jesus is supposed to come back today. Y'all didn't know?
No,
Well, nobody
Yeah.
told me.
Yeah. Oh man, all the prophets online on
Here we go.
YouTube, they're
Am I
all
looking holy enough
Look,
to get raptured?
Kyle, that cannot be because my rapture door did not open at all today.
Are you sure?
Well, that's true. I mean,
Look up.
Today's a good day to open all the windows.
Look up.
Your redemption draweth nigh.
night, boy.
So there's folks out there. There's lots of people saying online that the 23rd is the day. A lot of these people are people who have already said that September 23rd last year and the year before and the year before and the year before was going to be the day, you know.
Mhm.
And there's also another small group of people that's saying the 25th for some reason. I don't
They
know if
can't make their minds up. Come
I
on.
don't know if it falls on some kind of Jewish holiday of some kind or something. I don't know,
I
but
mean, you got to have a backup just in case you're wrong.
yeah. But I don't know, man. It just blows my mind. Like this is the day that is supposed to happen, but when this date comes and goes,
Then what?
Yeah. What? Then what?
I just don't understand how people can allow folks like that to continue ministry. You know, like why anybody would continue supporting something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some strong verses that say those who have prophecies that are false makes you a false prophet.
Exactly.
It's kind of in the name, right?
Well, I guess you would have to read your Bible to know that, though, huh?
That's true.
Well, you know, if
I did
if
do
somebody
that.
was, you know, here's the thing. If somebody was to say, "Hey, by the way, I've looked over scripture, I've looked over a lot of different things, and this is a conclusion I've come to, but it's just opinion. And by the way, just kind of keep an eye out on this date because something could happen."
That's one
I
thing.
can get behind that. Hey, thanks for the heads up. You know, whatever. You know, maybe you had some good points to make about something. But when people are like, "Oh no, I heard from God, I heard from the Holy Spirit, I heard from this, I heard from that," and it's a done deal, sell the house, sit out on the street corner and wait for it to happen. It's like,
Right.
I'm like, come on, man. It's like it's one thing to say, okay, this is my opinion. Hey, by the way, something could happen, something may not happen, and let it just sit there. That way you don't have egg all over your face. But other than that, you got all this, and it's been going on forever.
Mhm.
And I growing up in the 80s, it was, I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys have no idea. It's, you know, you're about 10 plus years younger than I am. In the 80s, it was almost every year.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, in 1988, there was 88 reasons Christ was
Right.
returning in 1988.
Right.
I
And he
know that
didn't.
prophecy.
Oh
That's
yeah. And then the same guy goes, "Oh, I missed it. Oh no, it's next year, 1989." And
I'm
then
miscalculated. Yeah.
I miscalculated. And it's like, well, 1989 comes and goes, and it's like, you know,
So
Well,
if you
you
so
know
want,
what? With those folks, I'm sorry, Jonathan. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, if you wanted to get real sacrilegious, I was born in '88, so
well, you're the reason why he didn't show up. He's like, nah, forget about it.
we need to give this guy a full life.
He's not going to watch a single movie from this era, so forget about it.
He's gonna need some time to catch up.
He's gonna need, yeah. So
I
yeah,
I don't know,
it's
man. I
not the
get
fullness. It's not the fullness of the what is it? The fullness of the Gentiles. We're waiting for the fullness of Jonathan to catch up on
that's right.
everything. It's like,
All
yeah,
the secular stuff, yeah, I'm sure.
yeah. I'm sure that's all. I'm sure that's what's holding it up.
I can even see how the folks that are calculating things, how they have a way back in, right? They can say, I miscalculated,
Mm.
right? I goofed.
You
Okay,
you know what?
that's a way back in. But the ones
I,
that say that they're hearing directly from God, there's only two options.
Right.
There's only two. Either they are
Or no.
specifically, directly, implicitly lying,
Mm.
or if they are hearing from something, it ain't God.
no.
Yankees.
So
Well, you know
neither
what?
one of those options are good.
Well, you know what I would like to see, Kyle, is all the people who ever made a prediction and said, as a matter of fact, you can bet the house on it. How about just come back and repent? How about be a big boy, be a big girl, and come back and say, you know what? I really messed up and I repent before my Heavenly Father, before all of you. We don't ever get one, all we get is excuses. And we don't get one person ever coming back. And then the last 5 years with all the stuff going on in our world and our presidencies and all this stuff happening and all the promises and all the things that are ever said and all the people who were taking the Gitmo and all the stuff that's ever been and none of it is materialized whatsoever. How about just come back out and say, you know what, maybe I messed up.
Joe, don't you know there's no
And
money to be made in repentance?
oh yeah, that's true.
You can't sell books like that. Come on.
Yeah, just keep the lie going, I guess. I don't know.
I know, right? That's
But
terrible, man.
speaking of stuff, though, I did put a picture of. If you want to pop it up super quick, this is an old picture of a
Oh boy.
Yoda. Yoda. Mm.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have seen that. I don't remember. I know I've heard something about it. I just didn't remember what it was. But
So George Lucas had actually said that he took a combination of all religions, like
uh-huh.
the what do you call it, the theology of a lot of different religions, and that's how he formulated the idea of the good side, the bad side, the dark side of force, and all that stuff.
Huh.
And so this is just part of that
That's crazy.
thing where they literally pulls. There's no this isn't by coincidence. This is by
Right.
design.
Yeah.
That Yoda is this character from a long time ago. So.
So the one on the right must be a younger version because Yoda on the left lost his hair.
Well
Yeah.
well, Yoda on the left is like 900 years old at this point, so he's getting ready to pass
Yeah.
on to the, other side, but
Yoda needs to trim. He needs to
the
trim up
the other
what he
side of the
needs.
room back into a box.
Dude, one of the funniest things I heard was somebody was talking about how Luke Skywalker was so annoying that Yoda was like, "I'm dying. I'm just gonna die and get done with you, kid."
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, too funny, too funny.
that's
So
too
yeah, we got all the signs showing up. We got stuff all in the sky. We got earthquakes and hurricanes and tornadoes and floods and
So is that enough? Is that enough for you, Kyle? Was that enough for you, Joe? The signs that we've seen over the last years and months and days, is this enough to say that
I'm
it's
actually
worthy of Messiah returning? This is
eh,
the end time scenario. These are all the book of Revelation, the books, the trumpets, the bowls, everything's unleashed right now.
nah.
I mean,
well,
we're,
Not
we're
really.
literally on
back
the
in
internet recording. I'm just saying. I'm
right,
just
Yeah.
right,
saying.
right, right. Well, back in 2012, I do remember probably started in 2011 when the whole Earth, or we were supposed to have already ended according
Mhm.
to the Mayan calendar, and all over the world you can hear this eerie horn sound, but it was like recorded everywhere in the world, and everyone's like, "What is that?" Who knows? We might have missed something. There
Did
might have
you
been a.
did you
Oh,
guys
okay, go
ever
ahead.
hear it?
Yeah, I did.
I did
Nothing.
too.
You ain't watched no movies. You ain't up on no end times, brother. What's up?
No, no, I ain't talking about hearing somebody's video. I mean,
No,
have you heard it
I,
physically
I
yourself?
I heard the video. I
Oh,
didn't hear
here
it myself.
I want to say I have.
Okay, I know I have.
I don't know if that's a Mandela effect on my brain or not, but
It was whenever
but
you were entering
I
the black hole.
yeah,
Was that was 2012, right?
yeah, 2012. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
But
I remember hearing those horns. We were renting a house in Savannah, and I was in our bedroom upstairs. I'm
mhm.
like, "What is that?"
Yeah, what is that?
And we literally went outside and listened to these things, and it sounded like exactly what the videos, those those deep horn or whatever, that's exactly
Oh,
what it sounded like.
oh,
And no, these were not boats. We don't hear boats that far away inland from
no.
from where I was. So yeah,
No.
this
Well,
was,
you know what they tried to dismiss it as?
and
This
it
is
came from the
hilarious.
sky.
Yeah,
Was
you
it
know what
the
they tried to dismiss it as?
tectonic plates or something, right?
No.
No?
But I don't know if it was on a news show or whatever it was. Oh, we've discovered the origin of this noise. I'm like, you did. So they show this big excavator, the things they use for digging, and all that stuff and tearing down buildings.
Bruh.
So they were saying that somebody was on an excavator
Everywhere?
and was scraping the
All
bucket
over the world.
yeah, all over the world, and was scraping the bucket across concrete.
Mm.
And that was the noise everybody was hearing. I'm like going, but all over the world, from
And the people in the
Australia
country?
to to Britain to all over the world,
Did
everywhere.
did they bring the concrete with them? Because some places don't have
Yeah,
any
and I
concrete.
thought this is the dumbest explanation I ever heard in my life. It's like, "Oh, we found the source, and it was over here in this excavator pulling across concrete." I was
Dude,
like,
this
"Oh, no,
this made
no."
major headline, like major like TV news or whatever, and
Oh,
now it's almost impossible to find that stuff online.
Mhm.
Like,
Well, look, there's a reason why. But
mm-hmm.
also remember, like, all the fish everywhere dying, like, in streams and lakes and the
Uh-huh.
ocean, like, all of a sudden, birds there was, videos, and they're probably taken down now too, but there's,
Just
videos
fall
of
out the sky.
literally tens of thousands of birds literally just dropping out of the sky.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
this is all around that time that that noise is going around the world, so I'm like, was there a bowl poured out? Was there a seal broken and a bowl poured out? I don't know. That's the scary part sometimes, and I just covered this in one of my sermons, like, are we truly in tune to what's going on around us to the point where what if that really was something very significant for us to hear and to
Mhm.
witness these events taking place in nature, and we just and of course, they wanna dismiss everything. "Oh, it was, the acidity in the water changed, and that's why all these fish died. No big deal."
Right.
100,000 fish died all at one time, and,
Shucks.
10,000 birds fell out of the sky for no reason at all, but, it's nothing to see here, folks. Just look somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
really?
Well, Kyle, so you said you heard horns. You sure it wasn't the rap and dubstep air horns?
Absolutely.
Okay, just making sure. So we got to
Absolutely.
cross that off the list. No,
Yeah.
but I was reading about the first trumpet because if this was a
Meow, meow,
trumpet,
meow,
right?
meow.
Exactly. But if this was trumpets, like the heavenly trumpets, the ones that are mentioned in Revelation, this is my only reason why I'm like, I wonder where and what everything is. Because the first trumpet is supposedly, not supposedly, according to scripture, hail and fire mingled with blood thrown to the earth, burning up a third of the trees on the planet and all the green grass. A third of nature will disappear. We didn't quite see that. So
Mm-mm.
I wonder if it was like, if there's any validity to it. I'm not saying obviously you heard it, so I mean I got to take your word for it. I didn't hear it. I saw videos, but if it is what it is, and if they say it is what it says, maybe if anything, it's just like a huge precursor warning. Hey, so there's going to be something like this coming up in the near future, just like with Noah. Hey, there's going to be a flood, and we're telling you now to get ready for then. So if it's like, hey, this noise is gonna be familiar to you. The next time, if I were you, I'd really key in. This time is just like a haha. Did you hear that? What?
Yeah.
Next time is
Well,
blood and fire thrown to the earth, and a lot of green stuff goes away. What? Who's
Yeah.
ready for that? Who's walking around being like, yes, all the trees and grass and stuff
yeah.
gone. Let's have a great day with this.
Well, have you guys ever heard, an orchestra or a large band warming up?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't quite make a perfect tune, and that's what that sounded like to me when it was all over the world. It was kinda, but it kinda wasn't a perfect tune. It was almost like and I thought the same thing back then. So I wonder if this is just them getting prepared, getting warmed up, like, "Hey, boys, over there, y'all might wanna,
Getting the reed wet.
yeah,
Well,
getting
well, mine, the one that I heard was really clear. So I have two theories.
Mm, it's one too
Either
many.
You only get one.
either either this was like a calling to Yah's people that would, because this was not something that was heard by the whole world, right?
That's interesting.
Um, so not let me rephrase that. I don't want anyone to get this idea that if they didn't hear it, that they were not one of Yah's people.
You mean
Okay.
I
like
don't. Hey,
Jonathan?
hey, I didn't
Yeah,
hear
like brother. Yeah, yeah.
it. I'm
So
still here.
so timing thing. Let's put it like that. A timing thing with Yah's people. I don't know. Something along those lines. Um, now I don't know when you came into your Torah walk, Jonathan. But that was not long after I did that I heard that.
That's a good point. Though it was in that same time frame of when the questions and the thoughts and ideas were happening.
Okay.
It was in that same ish.
Okay, I got information.
So I almost wonder if maybe not a specific thing for Yah's people specifically, maybe that had something to do with him putting out a calling to those, because he calls us to him, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So that's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm going with that. Not like you're not his people if you didn't hear it, right? The other thing is potentially, because it was not heard by everyone everywhere, and I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people who heard it that maybe wasn't thinking along the lines of heavenly trumpets, right? Because that wasn't their mindset. They're whatever. They're not believers.
Mm.
That maybe this was some kind of government practice round of getting ready for a false trumpet blast kind of thing.
Hmm.
So just to see how people would react,
Yeah.
testing the waters a little bit.
Apparently not at all.
All right,
So I don't know.
I got some information for us on it. So
You
I
got
did a
you
little
got it
quick
all figured
search.
out.
No, but when
It
you're
was in the
talking
tune of
about,
A minor.
it was
and-
about when you were talking about earlier about, I think there was a really big surge of people coming into this walk by 2010. There was a significant amount of people saying, a lot of people I've met said, yeah, 2010 was a turning point for me.
Mm,
I remember for myself, I wasn't in this walk yet, but 2010, I could tell you right now, Abba was already opening my eyes years before I came into this walk.
yeah.
Mhm.
Just started opening my, just kept questioning things. But anyway, so it says the first viral reports came out from the Ukraine in 2011. One of the earliest viral videos captured strange trumpet like sounds in the sky, sparking global interest.
Mm,
By 2012, Canada, USA, Europe reports surge. People describe sounds like shofars, groaning metal, or distant machinery from the heavens. Excuse me. In 2016, it says in Jerusalem, it says a ring. This is October 1st, 2016, in Jerusalem, a ring-shaped cloud accompanied by a trumpet-like sounds was recorded just after the funeral of Shimon Peres. This event was widely interpreted as prophetic by many viewers. I don't remember that one at all. Let's go back and check out the video on that one. Worldwide, it says similar sounds were reported in the US, UK, Germany, and Australia. Videos flooded YouTube, often linked to end time interpretations. Here's what the scientific community is saying that it is.
Hey, real
They
quick,
call it,
real quick. I know
yeah,
who Ariel Sharon was. He was the guy before
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu. Yeah. Um, but I don't know who.
Shimon Perez.
Yeah, I don't remember who he is.
Yeah, I don't either. That's what I'm saying. I don't, but it's
Okay,
saying that there was a ring shaped cloud at his funeral that had the trumpet sound coming out of it.
interesting.
Former Prime Minister of Israel.
Hmm.
Okay, so was he
So
pre Ariel Sharon? Because Ariel Sharon was a prime minister, right? Am I wrong in that?
They were both prime minister.
Okay, they
mm,
were
mm.
co
No, no,
prime.
no. I mean, like them. I don't know
Did
which
they
order,
were
but
they Optimus Prime?
optimal prime.
All
There
right,
you go.
I digress. Go ahead, Joe. My bad.
So they're saying that the interpretations of this scientifically are, which I've never heard this before in my life. They call it skyquakes. It says sudden atmospheric pressure shifts or tectonic activity causing loud booms.
Yeah, that's what I had researched a long time ago. It said it was
Right.
tectonic waves.
So, but this is also saying from atmospheric pressure.
So
Mhm.
we got
So they
sound
call it
waves bouncing off the gases.
skyquakes. It says jet streams, auroras, or electromagnetic interference. Some suggest natural phenomena interacting with ionic sphere, industrial sounds, distant. And here's the one. That's what I'm talking about. Distant construction or railways reverberating. Reverb. I can't say the word. Re
Reverberating.
reverberating. There we go. Through the clouds. I can't say the word. It's
Yeah,
like
you got it.
there we go. But anyway, so it's saying again, it's saying industrial sounds.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like it's saying, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So,
But then of course we got the shofar echoes as many link the sound to biblical trumpet blast warning or announcement of spiritual transition, signs in the heaven, CERN, and also the CERN. I totally forgot about CERN and HARP, man.
Mhm.
mhm.
So they have the CERN and HARP theory. Some speculate technological manipulation of the atmosphere or dimensional gateways.
Oh, nice.
Hmm. You know,
Yeah.
you got me kind of thinking about something here. So
Oh,
skyquakes, first of all, the heavens and the earth will shake. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because I'm pretty sure there's a link between the first time CERN fired up and the sound, and then the trumpet sounds. I'm pretty sure that was around the same time they did the first Hadron Collider. They did the first time the atoms hit each other. That was around that same time, I believe. So there could be. I don't know.
It
Um,
says 2006 for the first time.
Well, thank you for bringing in facts. I hate you.
so
I don't have enough movie quotes to fight back. That's not fair.
There you go.
okay, so I don't know if you guys have heard the idea of them drilling into the ice wall in Antarctica.
Hmm.
I wonder if that might have something to do with it.
I could.
I mean, think about it. Like if you were to, I don't know, like a long steel pipe, if you were to like, scrape something against it on one end, on the other end, that sound is really, it's deepened, it's amplified, all that stuff, right?
Well, yeah, considering we have a dome over us, that could very well happen.
I mean, hmm, is that
Well,
is that the dome making noise somehow?
so that's where I was actually going to say, when we look at the dome, when you look at the firmament, right, described in scripture, rakia, it's talking about a solid structure, whether it be crystalline or beaten out like metal. And so, when we talk about what's going to occur later on, right, in the
Hmm.
future, or maybe today, is it says the sky will open up like a scroll, right? And so the image just popped in my head, and I've never had this image in my entire life. This is day one for the first time ever. You know,
Okay.
when you used to get them old like sardine cans, and you had to like get the little thing and twist it, and it was like the metal would roll up. I think it's sardine cans, whatever those cans were.
Yeah.
And so like if the sky is like hard structure metal and it's got to roll back, what if those initial sounds were like just like the unzipping, like, hey, we're going to break the seal on this. I ain't coming back yet, but it's
Uh,
coming real close, and then I gotta get it set up so we can roll this thing back. And so, that's like some, because he said industrial noises. That's metal. That's like, there's no what
Maybe
industrial anything's in the sky. You know what I
this
mean?
is
We got to
part of that rehearsal.
right.
Like,
There's no
okay,
floating
boys,
cranes.
let's make sure this thing's gonna roll back. It's like the Sky Dome and over a football field is rolling
Exactly.
it back.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
old Cowboy Stadium. You got to let God watch.
I knew you was gonna go. I was gonna leave that for you for the
I
Cowboys.
appreciate it. Had to. Don't make me get my other hat.
oh
But
man.
regardless,
Yeah,
whatever it is, it's very interesting because one, a noise that loud and that far away. I mean, even if you go to like near a football stadium or a concert, I mean, there's a radius where you're like, okay, once you're a couple blocks down, you can kind of like, I kind of hear a little
yeah.
bit of bass or something, but you're not like listening to it. This thing was like, I can hear it everywhere in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
area.
it was not directional either.
Right.
You couldn't say, "Oh, it's coming from there or there."
Hmm.
Nope.
It's coming from the sky.
Everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So
Yeah.
you know what it probably was is after the
dome
flood,
noise,
all those gates that opened up, they got rusty, so they're in there having to oil them up and get them
freezing
ready
gates.
for when Messiah returns. They're just they're like, all right, boys, gotta make sure these things still work. It's like
Hey, you know what? I know we're being silly on this, but I
I'm
think we
kind of
might be
I'm being
on to
about
something.
10%.
Yeah, I think we're kind of on to something with the dome thing here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Can you
so.
imagine the angels up there moving that door up with the big old handle, cranking that thing open? It's like draw this like the can of sardines. They're like, hey, watch what everybody does.
Now you know what it is Leviathan's got to show up, and there's waters above. So Leviathan's in the waters that are above, and he's making noise like, "Oh, it's about that time. I'm awake now. I
So
need you to
you
roll."
saying he's like a giant orca up there making noise?
Exactly. Now see, now we're talking. But I
Yeah.
think there might, I never considered that thought before. Right now, we always think that Leviathan's like hiding in our ocean somewhere. What if he's in the waters above? And we never even considered
I
that.
think he's like it's like a fish tank where he's going from the very depth and he goes up the wall and comes across the top and goes back down. Just
Joe and I were literally talking about that the other day. That like I have this thought in my head that potentially the waters of the abyss is somehow connected to the waters
Oh,
above the
like the
firmament.
little
Yeah.
tunnel in the aquariums where you can like, get on that little escalator and you can see the sharks going over top of you.
Yup.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Well, think about this: when all the water fell from the heavens, it had to go somewhere. So I think it's like an aqueduct type system where it just literally pressurized it, pushed it back up to the top. Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, we know that there's water up there. I mean, again,
yeah,
when you look at the moon, you can see ripples when you zoom in. So there's still water covering all of that stuff up there.
All right, I got a whole question / idea.
Okay.
So, like, because even as a kid, even today, I'm still. Forgive me, I'm a little bit like I don't understand everything. I don't really get what water towers do or how they make any sense. Like, in 2025, what are we still doing with water towers? I don't even understand how that works. But
I can
if
tell.
they do work because of pressure, which I'm guessing,
hmm
and water,
yep,
above. So how we were talking in one of these episodes about how the waters from below like flow out of the top of waterfalls and freshwater springs, and like water gets to the top of mountains. There's no way water is, it's not rain, it's not ice, it's just water pumping up from somewhere. So if you have water above, like a water tower, then you would constantly have that pressure built in for water to constantly be coming up. Like that just hit me right now.
yeah,
That is that
yeah,
we've designed water towers that would be the equivalent of that process you guys just brought up.
yeah.
Eternally water pressure. Like, I mean the earth's not a giant toilet, but we do have water
Well, just
pressure.
wait.
So,
Just wait.
yeah. The way it's treated sometimes it might as well be.
Yeah, I think the father's getting. Well, he did flush it one time. He's
He
gonna burn
did.
it next time.
He's
So,
enough.
so,
Next time it's just a little scrub. He's like, a flush was way too much.
I learned that recently that they have something called incendiary toilets.
I've
Yeah,
Like,
heard about that.
okay, so
yeah.
they got regular toilets, right?
Mm.
That was Noah's flood, and we have composting toilets. I don't know what that would be equivalent to, but they have incendiary toilets now. So I
Hey
guess I'll
Kyle,
put the.
was Noah and his boat a floater?
Oh,
Oh boy.
too much.
Wow.
Lord have mercy. So yeah, we got all this stuff going on. I don't know. We got
Yeah.
any updates on anybody's crazy prophecy or any of the crazy
No, I
mess
got a
that's
little
going on
bit.
in
I
the
got a little
science
bit
world?
on. Yeah, they talk about this object that entered our atmosphere. I got a little bit of information on that. It's kind of some of it to me. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna read a little bit of it here. So they're calling it Object 31 Atlas.
Oh, oh,
30
that's okay.
31 slash Atlas.
So this is different than 4i Atlas.
No,
Yes.
I think it was 3i.
Was it
Or is
3i?
that three
Yeah, because
I? Or is
remember,
that or is it three or is it 31? I can't tell.
I think
I
it's
thought it
I'm
was.
3i.
looking at my computers. Okay, let's go
Because
with
remember, I
three
made the
I.
bowling ball reference, or like the coconut house with
Ah,
3 eyes on
yeah.
it.
Okay, okay.
They need to put like a capital I on there. Don't put it next to the three like a one. You're messing me up.
Joe's like, hey man, look, my buying trifocals ain't catching this little letter.
Man, I thought
I've
I
heard
done
people
found
call it.
something.
I've heard people call it 31 Atlas anyway. So, but anyway, go ahead.
All right, so here's the deal. It says it is whizzing into our solar system.
How
That's
fast
what
is
it,
whizzing? Is that
dude.
is that a
This this
measurement?
this is a legit article. It says it is whizzing into our solar system.
Mm.
It
Well,
says
it is a
it brings
toilet,
with it
so
a certain intrigue. Where is it from? How did it form? Why was it gravitationally kicked out of its own star system? Could it be an alien spacecraft? So it says it goes into later into the article. It talks about it's the latest space rock to go viral. Doesn't actually appear like the starship of science fiction, but to be fair, we Earthlings, I like how it writes this. We Earthlings really have no idea what spacecraft from other intelligent civilizations would actually look like.
no duh.
Yeah, I know.
So,
So it just goes on to talk about a little bit, and it's really saying a lot of nothing,
mhm.
to be honest with you, when it comes to it. But one of the things,
Somebody had to get paid to write that.
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. But one of the things here, I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. It was talking about, let's see. Here it goes. So later in the article, this is what it says. It had it has been inspired by the dark forest hypothesis, which I have no idea what the dark forest hypothesis is.
From Spaceballs.
Which, yeah, I know, right? That's probably the writer of Spaceballs doing this. But anyway, it
Probably.
says, which suggests that aliens are trying to hide from each other because space is crawling with hostile civilizations.
Mm.
Hmm.
So it wasn't good enough for us to
This is where their
invent one
hypothesis
space.
is that there's a lot of, friction and activity, and they don't like each other, so they're literally, hiding from one another in outer space. I'm like, this is the best you could do? Okay, cool. The
So we
best
just
of minds out there.
making stuff up.
Oh, the whole article is kinda like the whole article is nothing but one big hypothesis anyway. There's
Right.
nothing, really there's no facts and yeah, anyway, we can go on that for a while, but I won't. But
Well, the
anyway,
unit of measurement started off with whizzing, so I
Yeah.
think that's all we needed to
that's
know.
I'm going, "Really? This is what we're gonna put in here? It's
No, no,
whizzing
no
into
light
our"
speed, no miles per hour whizzing.
Yeah, that's it. It's whizzing into
Wow.
yeah, so anyway, but, it's funny because this has been a topic of conversation, though, that keep and then here's the thing, something at some point I think we are getting closer to something happening. What that is, I don't know, but they have been building this thing up since Roswell, and, back in the day, was it a weather balloon or was it really aliens that they captured and had on film? And if you've never seen it, some of it is kinda eerie looking because it's like, they show one of the things in a conversation talking, but you never get to hear his voice, I don't think. But anyway, they've been building this up for a really long time, and then I start thinking about Project Bluebeam and all the theories that are out there and the return of our Messiah, and is that who they're really fighting against when it's all said and done? Are
Mm.
we being duped to thinking that we have an alien invasion when it's actually the New Jerusalem coming down? There's so many things. I mean, there's so many things out there about this that it's like. But here's the deal: for me, just be ready, just be prepared for whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like this dating stuff and Messiah's returning in 2030 and all. I mean, if he does, fantastic. If he returns tomorrow, fantastic. But at the same time, it's like, you know, there's a cigar floating airship, mothership out there right outside of our atmosphere. And it's like, okay, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't get really caught up in it. It's interesting.
Oh yeah.
The article was totally crap. I mean, to me personally, it was like just,
Tell us how you
it
really
didn't,
feel.
because they didn't really tell you anything. They just put a
Right.
lot of hype and a lot of hypothesis
There's
and a
nothing
lot of
to
what it
tell.
could be. And
Right.
they're like, for what, But anyway.
Well, maybe that's why, the father decided to bring, when he's like, hey, whenever I do come back, my son's come back on horse, and I'm going to bring a giant cube of a city. He's like, no, no, no. All your spacecraft, cigar shaped, little like triangle thing, giant circle, saucer. He's like, oh, yeah. All your imitation stuff,
Oh,
just to
yeah.
make sure that you can never copy me. I'm uncopyable. I'm gonna bring you a golden city. You're gonna bring this little silver plate. You throw a frisbee. This isn't fun to me. Like
Right.
I'm the big father in heaven. You have come here with a silver frisbee. Come on, man. It's a dinner plate. Go ahead and serve me up some food on that little spacecraft thing you talk about. So I wonder if that's why, there's like a copy and imitation, but guys, like you're not. There's when have you ever seen
Oh,
a cube shaped spacecraft that's been in a
I just
movie or a cartoon or whatever?
oh,
Nobody's doing
yeah.
that. That's not
Now, I will tell you this.
aerodynamic
I will tell you this. I
in
just had an
space.
idea. So from that article, see, you always got to kind of, even though it's kind of a silly article, you kind of read between the lines and go, oh, so they're having conflict in outer space.
Mhm.
So they're hiding from one another. So what happens if these things show up and go, hey, we're from planet X, Nibiru, and we're just here and we need to
We
seek
come in
refuge.
peace.
Yeah, but we're seeking refuge because we're being chased by something else and it's coming to Earth and you better prepare for battle. What if that ends up being, the catalyst of these things showing up going, "Hey,
Team up.
we're here, like you said, we come in peace, but there's a bigger mothership coming and it's gonna cause all this problem," and all of a sudden the whole world goes on high alert. President Reagan's speech he did back in 1984, I think it was, come to be, he goes, I often wonder, what it would take for all of us to come together. Would it take an alien
Mhm.
invasion for all of us? So that whole speech from 40 plus years ago, all of a sudden, all this comes to like together,
Mm,
and it's these guys, these things showing up, giving us warning that hey, they're on the way, they're inside your
on the
your galaxy, and they'll be here in X amount of time, and yeah, so I don't
Well
know.
well, they'll have to wait till the next president because this one's not allowing any illegal aliens. Um,
Could you
He's got the
imagine
gold
ICE showing up going, I need you to come with me, please?
right?
papers, please. Well,
Yeah.
we got the Golden Dome, to be prepared for the Golden City. So I think we might be okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, so they got all this soft disclosure stuff going on, and I don't know, man. I just think that they keep giving us these dates for things happening, and then those dates get sped up and sped up. So I don't remember when the first date that was given. I think it was sometime in November. Now it's supposed to be in October sometime that
Yeah,
this
it's coming
thing's supposed
back
to.
for
Right,
sure.
Yeah,
right,
that this thing's supposed to arrive. So whatever it is, um, I don't know, man. I just think that we ought to be very vigilant in what happens.
right.
I'm not going to say the word. I'll kind of spell it out, but something potential for a false
Right,
flying waving thing, FLAG type situation.
Mm.
right.
Um, and I don't know. I can see something
Well,
potentially happening like that
Yeah,
in the
somebody
near
who would
future.
take that opportunity for sure.
You know, you
well,
know,
To capitalize
because
on the hysteria.
yep,
it's kind of interesting. We always, right around Sukkot, if not during Sukkot, we every year there's something.
something.
Yeah.
Well, September we have Feast of Trumpets and Yom Teruah, so that's something. September's supposed to be
What's the
it
English of
as
that?
well.
Well, trumpets
Yeah,
and teruah is the same thing. So you mean
I'm
Yom
sorry.
Kippur,
You're right.
atonement?
There you go.
Yeah,
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 trumpets and atonement.
Yeah.
yeah. I
So,
appreciate you. See,
mm,
bringing facts in again. Anyway, we have, 2 holy days that are coming up this
Mhm.
month, and then we also have, in October, like you said, Sukkot coming, so I agree with you, there's always something around that time that's happening.
Right.
yeah.
How can we distract you or keep you from doing what you're supposed to do?
Right. Aren't we supposed to be fighting each other at this point, guys?
Well, the aliens are already fighting each other. So,
Oh, that's right. So you mean that
They're
are
just
they
gonna
telling
bring
us
the fight here.
are they telling
mhm.
us that there's wars in the heavens going on right now?
Yeah, and rumors of it as well.
Oh.
Let's
Mm.
just throw all that together.
Yep, yep, yep. I just want to know how they're going to, because when Yeshua returns, every eye will see and
Mhm.
every knee will bow. Right? I wonder how they're trying to confuse how they're trying to confuse people with that one. I don't know. And of course, we got all this other stuff that's coming out. We're about to lose our currency in this country as it is. Not that we have a good currency at all, but apparently we're about to lose that currency and it's all going digital. So, yeah, that's fun. You
Mm.
know, just shut you off anytime they want to.
Yeah. Well, I
Pretty
mean,
much.
there's already a level of that with the digital version of everything with credit cards and debit cards. Like your
But we
bank,
we still have cash and coin to fall back on.
there's a little bit, but when
Right.
you go to the bank, even to get the cash out, it's still a plastic card to go get a bunch of numbers in a computer screen, where then they just reduce the numbers and then give you some green stuff, and then they say,
Yep.
all right, your numbers are reduced. Well, what happens with the numbers when they don't do what they're supposed to do, or somebody decides to, yeah, we're going to revalue everything, which is definitely that. I mean, when you have a fiat system anyway, that's what's already on the horizon. Is it's a revaluation. It's like inflation goes through the roof, or the dollar crashes compared to whatever other currency or digital currency. They've done this in all the wars. They've done this in many times throughout history, where like the Deutschmark, they just, oh yeah, we're just going to revalue it. Oh, and now we're in the euro. Oh well, figure it out. And you're like, what do you mean
Mhm.
figure it out? No, it's just different now. Oh yeah, you used to be able to get bread, you can't now. So
Right.
it's and now with the digital, because back then, they would show up with a shoebox worth of money to get, a loaf of bread, where there's no shoebox of money now. It's just whatever's in the computer, that's what you have. And that's a scary thought, because once you really don't have control over any of your actual monetary assets. You have access to it, but you don't have control over them, and that's such a weird place. No point in history has ever been that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look up something real quick here. So
Having to do with that or back on the spaceship thing?
no, having to do with the feast days. So yeah, it was Yom Teruah and it's Yom Kippur. So thank you for that correction because I was like, oh, I'm tired, boss. So yeah, we have Yom Teruah, so we have Feast of Trumpets, and we have Yom Kippur, which is the Atonement.
Mhm.
So depending on what calendar you're following, let's see, we
You gonna
have
give us a broad range of dates?
yeah, so it's either gonna happen for some people it's gonna happen on the 17th of this month or the 24th for
Okay.
the Yom Teruah for the Feast of Trumpets.
Two of the
And then
major calendars, anyway.
Mm.
yep. So actually, yeah. And then it will actually be October 3rd for the Yom Kippur though.
Mm.
So
Okay,
but
so the
anyway,
third is the earliest date that we're aware of.
yes.
Okay, and the 24th is the latest date that we're aware of.
Yeah, and if then there's two different things floating right now. So it's either going to be the 26th for Yom Kippur of September or October 3rd. So it's all within a week of each other.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So September, you said 26?
Yep.
Okay. So sometime between September 26th and October 24th,
no,
5th.
just the third.
4th, 3rd, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yep.
Okay. So that's our window of time where
Yeah.
craziness is
Could
likely to
happen,
happen.
yes. And
Well,
then
what's
right after
also
that, yeah, we'll have I'm sorry, Jonathan. Right after that, we'll have the Feast of Booths, which is will be Sukkot will be starting October 8th for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's interesting about those dates is yeah, of course, trumpets is what were we talking about? Like the weird trumpet noise from the sky.
Mm.
Atonement, dealing with all the sins and reset of everybody getting a brand new start, and then the celebration at the end of that, right? And everybody's looking for the resurrection, the rapture, whatever you want to call it, that the second part where things are better than the before part that things were bad. So
Right.
Yeah,
these feast days are lining up to like really tell the prophetic narrative of what Scripture's been telling us all along. Of like, Jesus, Yeshua, please
exactly.
come and take care of us because the world's getting crazy. But what's interesting is in the midst of all that, when you kind of mix in, we were talking about money a minute ago. In Israel and like Judaism, their new year, their fiscal new year, their civil new year is in the fall, right around the end of the year when you have atonement, trumpets, and Sukkot or tabernacles. So they're gonna have instead of I think they call it Rosh Hashanah, I believe is what it's
Yeah,
called.
Rosh Hashanah. Yep.
That's like a renew, a reset. And so that's a money deal. That's a new year. That's even like in the U.S. government, we run our fiscal year off of a September 30th is the last day of the fiscal year. October 1st is the first day of the new fiscal year. So when we're talking about money and resets and feast days and crazy stuff in the sky, it's all just piling on. You're like, hey, how many things can we either distract you, keep you from what the scripture actually says that Rosh Hashanah is not in there, or all this other stuff? Just push it all into one little spot and see what happens. Throw
Right.
some gasoline, throw some gasoline on it and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so the Jewish New Year this year, Rosh Hashanah.
Wait, which New Year?
Hashanah.
They have two of them.
All right.
Yeah, though this is the one in the fall.
This makes no
Um,
sense.
yeah. This will begin September 22nd and ends at the nightfall of Wednesday, September 24th. So all again, you know, all that's falling within that same time frame. So
The New Year's
yeah,
more than
very
one day.
interesting.
How does their
Now, what's interesting is next year for 2026, their Rosh Hashanah will fall on September 11th.
Mm.
But anyway, just saying.
Real quick, Joel, you said their New Year's more than one day.
Yeah,
Okay. How you do that?
because they like to party. I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't understand how you can have a 13-month calendar but have a new year like every 6.5 months. Make it make sense.
Well, you only
I'm
get a
not
13th month
mocking.
every once in a while.
That just doesn't logically make sense. How is it a
Yeah.
new year twice in a year? I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
according to this is when they celebrate the birthday of the world. So to them, this is when they say that the world began was at that time,
Hmm.
which is completely to me completely against what Genesis talks about. So anyway, yeah. But anyway,
That's
that's
wild.
another subject for another time. But yeah, yeah. So that's their yeah. So interesting indeed.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out all about this by the end of the day, right? We should have it all figured out when the Lord calls us, right?
Right. And if you see us
Yeah,
next
I
week,
would
it's a
say when
blessing.
he calls us, but none of us are gonna have it figured out. But yeah,